We will get to what Jayson Tatum had to say, although Izzy's going to have to tell us what he said because Iowa Sam during the break said this is not good audio for radio.
Yeah, what Jayson Tatum said was at like a camp, a basketball camp. It was pretty echoey, so I can tell you.
What'd you guys make of what Charles Barkley said? I said it before Barkley did. I mean, that's what sports radio was all about. But Barkley took it to another level. He said that if LeBron wins 2 NBA titles, 2, to get him to 6, okay, which ties Michael Jordan, even though in my personal record book he has 8. But if he gets to 6, Charles Barkley is ready to announce that if he gets to 6, that LeBron James would be considered the NBA's all-time greatest player ahead of Michael Jordan. How about that?
He needs him to win 2 more for him to make that leap.
Now, I say it's ridiculous because Jordan went to the NBA Finals 6 times, 8 times, really, in my personal record book, and won it every single time he was there. LeBron, while getting to a 6th title, still has plenty of losses in the NBA Finals. Michael never lost in the NBA Finals. When Michael got to a championship round or got to a championship game in college, he was winning that game, period.
Yeah, LeBron would have been better off getting swept in the first round by the Boston Celtics in 5 games. Yep. Yeah, in a 5-game series.
It is hilarious that people have to go there because in my personal record book, you come back down from 3-1 against the best NBA team ever assembled. It counts as 4 championships. So there.
Yeah, well, listen, Michael won 8. I know the record book says 6. He took 2 years off. Olajuwon never should have won those titles. He only won them because Michael took off. Had Michael been playing, you win a title when the best player to ever play the game of basketball is taking a year or 2 off. It doesn't count as a title on my personal record book. It just doesn't. But LeBron getting to 6 and equaling Michael Jordan, for me, does not make LeBron the greatest player of all time. It's okay being the 2nd or 3rd best player that I've ever seen. Michael is the greatest of all time, period.
I mean, what you're doing is reading the headline of a resume and not reading the actual resume. Whereas LeBron has a better resume in general.
Right, but you put your good stuff at the top of the resume.
That's a lot of good stuff for LeBron, too.
Yeah, but the reason you put your best stuff at the top of the resume is so I don't have to scroll down and read about all the crap you did, Yeah,
yes,
I do not understand what people are doing with LeBron James and the Philadelphia 76ers in terms of saying if LeBron wins back-to-back titles, can this team just get to a finals first before we start talking about them winning back-to-back titles? I know I'm asking for a lot. Sports media to have some perspective and not jump the gun. But do we really have to come out today and say, where would LeBron be if he gets to 6 titles when he's very far away from that and we're at least 2 years away from even having that conversation?
You're criticizing Charles Barkley, just so you know. I don't blame him. That's what we do in the media. That's how we advance the conversation because we're lazy and stupid. Not Charles, me, all of us. But that's what you do. If he gets to 6, is he as good as Michael Jordan? I'm just giving you the answer, and the answer is no.
No, he's better, and he doesn't need these next 2 years of his career. Right. If LeBron said, "You know what? I'd change my mind. I'm out." Yeah. He's still got the resume that's just better. And then, look at the footage side by side. Some of my favorite things to do is watch the videos that show Michael Jordan's greatest plays, which are just regular plays for LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the topic of takes, one of my favorite takes from the past weekend was Bill Simmons because Bill Simmons doesn't really give takes. He asks the host almost a form of a question to imply what his take actually is.
Yes. Do you want to say the disclaimer on the front end of this?
I love Bill Simmons.
Okay, good.
I want to go on the record and say I love Bill Simmons.
We love Bill Simmons.
I want him to be my uncle.
Yeah, I'm a sports guy. I'm a page 2 guy.
Yes.
Bill Simmons, though, when talking to Zach Lowe about this LeBron signing, he said, "What are the chances Jaylen Brown gets traded before October?" And I was like, wow. That's a conversation I'll have.
Yeah. That's a great take from Bill. If I'm Jaylen Brown, I'm considering that. I'm saying, look, if this doesn't go my way by, let's say, December, let's start looking elsewhere and seeing if they can move me because I don't really want to be the 4th Beatle.
I mean, Jaylen Brown is sitting on a team that has a chance of winning multiple championships. This is what he wanted. Now, I know he's not going to get the credit for it. All that credit's going to go to LeBron James, but he's out of Boston. He's no longer playing with Jayson Tatum. That organization chose Jayson Tatum over Jaylen Brown, and he should be happy he recruited him. He did.
Yeah, I'm interested in what that's going to look like with Jayson Tatum as your leader. So we can get to this Jayson Tatum non-sound right now, because it was pretty obvious that he was taking a shot at his boy Jaylen Brown, his ex-teammate Jaylen Brown. He's talking to these campers, basically, about leadership, right?
Yep.
And he says leadership isn't about, and then he was trying to find a different way to say what he eventually said. He said, you don't want to be the smartest guy in the room. You can't act like you're the smartest guy in the room. And it just made me realize how I think I have a theory on Jayson Tatum's like an android. He's not like a human being, because all he does is copy other human beings' words and actions. Like, he has famously done this in his celebrations where I believe, it was Steph Curry, right? It was Steph Curry where he said, what are they going to say now after he won a championship? And what did Jayson Tatum do? Twice on the court and then in the locker room. What are they going to say now?
Right.
He also went with the Kanye West line. He's like, people always wonder what it's like if I didn't make it. Well, I guess we'll never know. And he used the exact same line at a championship celebration on that. He did the Kobe pose after he won his first championship. And it's just like, Jayson, what have you done that's yours? Like, what have you done that's your own words, really? And this one, he couldn't think of another way to say what everybody was saying about Jaylen Brown, that he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. So not only are you not, I guess, clever enough to come up with a different way to say that so it doesn't make it look like you're talking about Jaylen Brown,
right?
But now you're using the exact words that everybody else used about Jaylen Brown. So Jayson Tatum, you are probably a bad leader if you can't even do that. If you can't discuss this topic without taking down your ex-teammate in front of a bunch of campers,
right?
It's bad leadership right then and there.
Right.
It's just kind of ridiculous that if he doesn't want it to look like it's taking a shot at Jaylen Brown and he uses the exact same words that the rest of the world used about Jaylen Brown, it's just ridiculous. It also shows a guy with probably a very fragile ego, because I don't have a problem with somebody else who thinks they're the smartest person in the room.
Right.
I recognize it for what it is, and you just navigate around that.
Yes.
Or maybe that person's just a better leader, and maybe you didn't want people to recognize that, and so it's just you have an issue with that. It bothers me that Jayson Tatum's never been his own guy,
yes,
and yet here he is telling everybody else that Jaylen Brown was the wrong type of leader for him.
It's also lazy. The kids deserve better. I mean, they do. They deserve some original thoughts, some original ideas, some original words, not stolen words, not words taken from somebody else and applying them to the kids. Have some thought. You had the entire playoff to think about what you would say if you won an NBA championship, and you couldn't come up with your own thoughts. And you had, Lord knows how much time to prepare something for these kids better than what you delivered, and the kids deserve better. That is my thought.
He even almost copied Kevin Durant's anything is possible,
yes,
except he couldn't think of anything better. He just went with, we did it! It was just like, come on, dude.
Right.
It's just so, it bothers me. It really bothers me, and it makes me think that this season in Boston, not going to go great. Also, telling a bunch of kids who are just trying to figure their lives out that you don't want to be the smartest person in the room, terrible advice. Terrible advice. I always want to be the smartest person in the room, even if I don't act that way.
I hate the smartest person in the room. I hate the person who acts like they're the smartest person in the room. That's why I act the way I act.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox, and your career is a journey, and education is the key to mastering it. At American Public University, they offer affordable, flexible, online programs in business, healthcare, criminal justice, and more. Learn on your schedule and gain skills you can apply immediately. With APU, you don't have to pause life to pursue your degree. Wherever your journey takes you, they'll help you move forward. Master the journey at American Public University. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.